Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury, your digital marketing coach from San Antonio, Texas. Once again, it is 9:03 p.m. Central Time. Hey Rose, what's going on? Good evening. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the topic tonight. So tonight's topic, basically, it is going to be about why voice search still matter. If you know what voice search basically is, if you ever heard of the devices such as Google Home or Alexa or any of the mobile devices, your typical mobile devices, would you use Siri or any type of voice search services? That's what the voice search is, okay? And the other thing is that this technology actually came around, I believe, 2012 with Google Chrome browser. If you go to your desktop, you can see on your Google Chrome browser that there's an option. Rose said she loves voice search. So there's an option that you can click on the microphone to talk to the browser, right? And I believe Google used to have, or maybe they still have, the Google Now app. So that's how it started back in 2012. And over the years, it's been, getting advanced and with a lot of sophistication. So what this technology, what it did, that it also enabled users to basically look for any kind of products, businesses, local stores by using the voice instead of typing, right, on the search browsers. I mean, there is a point that you can actually talk to Alexa, even Google Home, to start your car while you are inside your home, okay? So this is the big thing, because according to Google's research, I believe last year, they were talking about that almost within a year or two from now, more than 50% will basically use voice search to look for information, services, and product and whatnot. So how can I use this, especially when it comes to my business? So I have a website. If I'm going to implement the the traditional search engine optimization on my website, so I can basically provide the solution for my audience. So if a customer is typing yoga near me, my website shows up on the first page, and from there they will visit and they will take some action. So there are certain techniques to make your website do that, right? But when it comes to the voice search, there's not a lot of information out there that will show you exactly what you need to do for that to happen. But based on our experience, some of the tests that we run through some tips and strategies from the search engine journal.com and searchenginewatch.com, some of these, all the ethical search engine optimization resources, that the advice that they gave, we implemented it, and it did get some good results for some of our customers. So I'm going to share with you today what are some of the tips that you can hopefully enable the search engine to find your information and pass it through the voice search devices, whether it's a mobile or an app or Alexa and Google Home. Mr. Munoz, thank you for tuning in. How you doing, sir? All right. Your input is priceless. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. If you think any of your friends and colleagues going to benefit from this, please tag them, share this, or invite them to this live streaming. And if you have any question about voice search, do let me know. Leave your comment on the comment section. So as I mentioned, this phenomenon is not new. Started around 2012 with Google Chrome browser, but right now we have close to, I would say, maybe 8 application that does this sort of service. Like for example, for the iPhone users, you already have a Siri. That's very popular. Then for Google, you have Google Assistant on the mobile device. This is an app, right? Then you also have Cortana for Windows machines or Windows mobile devices. Bixby for Samsung devices, Amazon Alexa, the Alexa device, which is similar to Google Home. Then you also have Hello, I'm Alice. That's the Russian, believe it or not, voice app from Russia. Then you also have the Amazon Echo. And I feel like it's going to be more throughout moving forward. We're going to have more features, not just on these devices, but also the home appliances and also our cars. We're going to pretty soon see that this kind of feature going to be implemented in several other devices, whether it's in home appliances or cars and whatnot. Okay. So one of the reasons, I would say there are three reasons for the voice search to be very important, whether for your business or for your anything that you do online. The first one is that the voice search it's so fast. What I mean by that, if I'm looking for, let's say, a dental or a dentist, I can just talk, hey Google, where is the nearest dentist, or what's the nearest dentist, for example, and I will get the result quickly, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, it's so convenient, so I don't have to keep typing and mistyping, and that is the second reason. And now, this is not before. I would say right now, I would say the information that you gather or that you hear from voice devices, I would say it is much reliable than few years ago. So those are the three reasons that can make voice search very important, and it still matters, right? It's fast, it's convenient, and it's also reliable. Okay. And right now, according to highervisibility.com, so they did a research and they found that the statistics, like what time usually the voice search is used. So 52% while you're driving, which makes sense because you don't want to text and drive. So you're going to basically talk. If you connect your mobile device to your car, you can basically talk to it, right? So that's almost like 52%. And 21% when you do outdoor activities, 7% when you watch TV, another 7% when you do work on your machine like laptop or desktop, and 5% when you cook. Let's see, 2% when working out and taking a shower, and less than 1% when you talk when you're meeting with the friends and family, and also in bed. So less than 1% in bed or when you're around your friends. So these are some of the statistics that was done by the highervisibility.com. So if you want to check that, you can go ahead. Feel free. Now, how can I make my content or my website to be voice search friendly? How can I do that? So there's some tips I'm going to share with you, some of the technique that if you apply, there's a possibility that your content, your website or whatnot, going to be mentioned on, let's say, on Google Home or Alexa. The first thing is you have to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. What I mean by that the website is designed not just for the desktop, but also for the mobile devices, which also mean your website has to be what we call responsive based. Okay, it has to be mobile friendly. It has to be a responsive based technology, right? And with that, you have to make sure that the fonts are not too small, not too light gray that nobody can even read it. Make sure it's like in a 14 to 16 inch in size and dark, whether it's a black or dark gray or whatnot, but make sure that the color is very dark for the readers to see. Make sure the phone number is clickable so they don't have to dial. Make sure that if you have a map, the map doesn't zoom in or zoom out on the mobile device. They can just see the map and click on it, and that's it, right? Any call to action button, very easy to use, very visible and very fast. So that's the first step. You have to make sure that the website is mobile friendly. The second option, and there's a controversy behind the second option, which is called the website has to be configured according to the AMP, and the AMP stands for Accelerated Mobile Page. It's a technology in terms of coding that you have to put on the back end, something that Google highly recommends. But the issue with that, when we build some of our clients' website according to AMP, or when we implemented the AMP, I would say the majority did a good job in terms of searchability and the ease of use. But some of our clients' website were having some issues, especially when we're running Google Ads. So we do have to turn off the AMP configuration. But I heard that recently they made a lot of adjustment and improvement so that so you can look into that, the AMP configuration. And if you have a WordPress based website, I believe Yoast has that option available, so you can basically enable the AMP and keep watching your website to see how it's doing. So that was tip number 2. The tip number 3 is use a keyword, a long tail keyword that is mostly, I would say, close to like a question based keyword. Like how to find the best yoga classes near me as a question, and that's going to be a content on your website, for example. You can also that's number 3. So when you optimize the website for on-page SEO, try to add keyword that consists of 3 to 4 words, or it's going to be a question based. For example, are you looking for the nearest yoga classes, blah blah blah, for example, right? That is a tip number 3. Tip number 4, create a frequently asked question page and add as many relevant important questions with a short answer. And the more questions you add, the more answers you add on that page, basically the more content you're adding, that can also help you get those sort of results to your ideal customers and ideal clients. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Number 5, check the speed of your website. Make sure that the website is very fast, not just from the user's point of view, but also from the backend. So you have to use tools like Google Speed Test or Google's Page Speed Test link. You can also use GTmetrix. When it comes to Google, make sure that their tool, they will give you a percentage. So you have to be at least above 90% on the desktop and on the mobile device. You can also use a GTmetrix to look at the situation with the speed and make sure your website is very fast. Okay, so that is number 5. Number 6, everything on the website has to be crawlable. So whoever built the site, make sure that there are no script or language or technical issue in the back end. A lot of the self-hosted or premium WordPress comes fully ready with crawlable ability for the search engine to crawl the site with no situation, with no issues or any problems. Okay, so that is a tip number 6. Tip number 7, something called 40 to 50 words in featured snippet. This is something that you don't have really so much control over that. This is something that the Google automatically decides to pick it up from your website. I believe Yoast, if you go to Yoast.com, they wrote an article on this subject on how to optimize to get the 40 to 50 words feature snippet. So check out that content within the Yoast.com website. Number 8, you have to implement a local SEO. What I mean by local SEO, if you're a brick and mortar business, if you have an office, you need to make sure that your business is configured with the Google My Business page, Yelp, Facebook, super pages and whatnot. So for that, you can use moz.com/local and make sure that all your business information properly configured and optimized and listed, so it can also help you get that information on the voice search devices. Number 9, you have to use schema markup. This is if you go to schema, which is schema.org, schema.org. You can go to this website to understand what it is. Mostly it's a bunch of certain codes that you add on the back of the website. If you have a blog, you can add a certain schema tag for that. If you have events on the page, you can add a certain tag for that. If you have a location, you can also add a certain tags for that, because this helps the Google bot to basically not just rank, but also make the bot to basically index that particular pages properly, and also to show those results to the ideal audience. The last but not least, utilize the Google Search Console, because in the Google Search Console tool, which is free, you can basically follow through the dashboard and configure the mobile friendliness, and you can utilize it to submit for re-indexing, and that can also help your site to show up on, or basically be visible on these Google Home and the the Alexa devices, and even the voice app. Okay, so this is all what I wanted to share today. So if you all have any question on how to optimize my website for Google Voice Search or voice search in general. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Okay, let's see. Give me a second here. Now, if you do want to check, what you call it, if you do want to check if your website is mobile friendly, there is a tool from Google. Actually, it's a free tool you can use to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. Let me go ahead and see if I can find. Let me see, where is it at? Okay, let me pull the link for you. Okay, let me go ahead and find the link, and here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share the link for you guys. So this is a mobile friendly test. You can use it to basically enter your website, and it will tell you whether your site is mobile friendly or not. So that should be your first step. If it's not, of course, it will give you some sort of solutions and stuff on how to configure your website to be mobile friendly. I would hope most of the website out there nowadays are responsive based or mobile friendly. Now, you also have to make sure that you have an account configured and set up with the Google Search Console. So here's the link for Google Search Console. Make sure you configure that, log in with your Gmail account, and configure the Google Search Console. Because once you go there and configure, there is an option that talks about the AMP. Okay. Now, if you do want to learn more about AMP, you can go to the Google search. No, not the Google. It's a search engine journal or search engine. I'm sorry, search engine land. You can go to searchengineland.com and search for AMP setup for WordPress step-by-step guide. Okay, so look for AMP setup for WordPress step-by-step guide within the website. What do you call it? Searchengineland.com. Okay, and if you want to utilize the keyword tools, make sure that the keyword are at least 3 to 4 words and not just one word. For example, affordable women's shoe online. That's an example, right? That's like 4 words. If you're looking for question-based keyword or a conversational type of keyword, then you can look for something like, what are the best affordable women's shoes online, for example. So that's more like a conversational type of keyword, right? There's so many tools out there you can use when it comes to doing a research on keywords. One of my favorite, of course, I always recommend using the Answer the Public. So check that one out. But let me list a bunch of keyword links that you can use. So check them out. See which one you want to. Let's see. Let me go ahead and. Some of these keywords are. Let's see. Some of this keyword. Let me mention it. Some of these keywords are free. Like the Google Keyword Planner is completely free. You can log in and use the Keyword Planner. Keyword Spy and Word Tracker, SpyFu, these are not free. KeywordTool.io, you can get free result up to 10 searches, and of course you can check out Answer the Public. Okay. If you want to check the speed of the website, go ahead and click this link. I'm going to share this link with you. This is for checking the speed of the website from Google. Okay, let's see here. And also one of my favorites, GTmetrix. It's also one of my favorite for checking the speed of the website. At the same time, what it does, it will tell you where the issue is. So you can look at the issues and fix them. And if you can, send it back to the developer or just get in touch with me. Then I can have my own developers look into the situation that you're going through. Okay. Now, remember when I talked about, let's see the snippet. That's moz.com/local. Check for that one for the local listing. And for the schema, don't forget to go to schema.org. Understand a little bit what it is. If it's too complicated, there is a WordPress plugin called Your Awesome Site with Rich Snippet. Okay, there's a plugin called Your Awesome Site with Rich Snippet. You can download, you can configure that WordPress plugin and set up the schema tags. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share tonight, this evening, folks. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna wait for a minute or two, and after that I will bounce. Okay. So that's all I have for tonight. Basically the subject of voice search and how to make your website more visible on the voice search, because that is the future. I've been talking about it for years, but now in the years to come, you as a business, you got to make sure that, you know, if somebody's looking up for product that I provide or a service that I provide, I want to be searchable on Google Home or Alexa or any of the app devices. You know what I mean? Because this is where your customer are going to search for your product and services. Hey, I'm watching the replay. Okay. All right, Shannon, no problem. You can, it's only been 25 minutes. So it's not too long. I would say the first 10-15 minutes I covered most of the stuff. So please, you know, feel free to watch the replay, because I'm going to be leaving soon. Okay, so, and if y'all enjoyed watching this, you know, don't forget to tag your cool friends, invite them, and share this live streaming. I'd highly appreciate it. If you watch this as a replay, just make sure you leave a comment that with the word replay, so I would know. Okay. So this week I've been testing the ecom. So far I'm liking it. Next week I might have to do live streaming using YardStream or StreamYard. Then after that, the switchboard. Then I'll decide which kind of thank you replay. Then I can decide on which live streaming I'm going to stick with. So far I'm liking this. I'm really enjoying to put my materials out there on multiple live streaming platforms. Eventually I want to basically spam myself everywhere. Okay, so people can get the chance to you know, learn what they can learn from certain live streaming platform. That's my goal, to give knowledge and help as many people as I can, as many interested people as I can. So if you can also help me to spread the word and spread this, I would be very grateful. All right, looks like there are no more questions. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Donald, what's going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in, man. Do you have any question about voice search? This is something you might want to get into it, bro, because, you know, since you are a website developer, a web designer, if you are implementing SEO services, then you need to also focus on the voice search. We've been actually offering such strategy for some of our interested customers. Nothing much, brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm actually about to leave soon, so unless if you don't have any question, let me know. I'm going to wait for another minute to see if anybody else has any question about this. If not, I shall bounce. Let's see, any questions? Okay, I see folks tuning in right now. I'm actually almost done with the show. I'm done with the show. I started like around 9 o'clock. It is 9:28 at the moment. My 3-year-old's been watching with me. She recognizes your voice. She says, "Hi, Yusuf." That is so sweet. Hi, how are ya? How you doing? What's your 3 years old's name? Let me say hi to her by her name. That is so cool. That is so cool. It says good night already. And good night. Okay, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I got a couple of clients and friends that were telling me that their kids watches my show. I'm like, really? Okay, I gotta probably simplify. Maybe I should do a course just. Maybe I should do a course for kids. You know what I mean? It's Luxley. That's the name. I thought it's lovely. Okay, maybe Luxley is lovely. Yeah, maybe I should do so. I think I did once, a couple of times with the WordPress, for kids, and that was fun. Teaching like what do you call it, 8 years old all the way to like 13. It was fun teaching them how to build the site. It was hilarious. So maybe I should do something like that. Teach the new generation how to, turn their hobbies into money-making machine, right? Then take some of that money and like 10% of that put into charity or some sort of noble cause. She stole your phone. That's good. That's good. Make sure you take your mommy's phone. Yes, yes. To FaceTime. That's even better. That's even better. Yes, yeah. That's good. Let them enjoy and test and break stuff. Sometimes that's how they learn. Huh? But don't give them too much freedom because you get in trouble for that. Okay. You gotta somehow put some boundaries. You know what I'm talking about. You already know. So, all right. Anybody else has a question tonight before I bounce from this place? No questions. All right. It's 9:31. I'm gonna wait. I keep saying this. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for another minute. It's 9:31 p.m. Central Time, right here in San Antonio, Texas. Let's see, I'm probably just multitask right now. My funeral just switched the workout class for a social media marketing class. She says, "Isn't that what you do, mommy?" So proud. Yeah, that's good. Workout class for social media marketing. Yeah, social media marketing it's good, um, especially for with a lot of youth. I mean, they're already in it. You know what I mean? They already. I mean, the majority of the youth uses anyway, so might as well understand how it works. Understand this. I would say, the tips I would give parents is that teach your kids the technical functionality of the social media platform. Uh, Talk to them about privacy. Talk to them about security. Talk to them about locations, because sometimes when you use, like, Instagram or Periscope and go live, it people can find out from which location you're posting these images or you're going live. So, tell them, teach them a little bit about cybersecurity, for example, or at least that the security aspect. Then after that, of course, the functionality of how each platform works. Maybe some creativity to put your hobbies out there to start, earning some sort of, good money. You'll be surprised. Like some one of my friends was showing me that how some of these teenagers make tons of money by doing stupid, goofy stuff on TikTok. Okay, so I'm not saying tell your kids to do that, but if they can do it, something like that to generate income, there's a chance for them to basically utilize it, right? But they have to understand the cons and the pros of the social platform. So share this sort of information with them and let them know how it can be beneficial, but at the same time how it can be also harmful, especially with the cyberbullying and whatnot. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I teach my daughter how to put her content. She has an Instagram account where she shares her artwork, and I also taught her to sell some of those. So I'm so proud of that. But yeah, let them get into things that they love and they like, and have them master it. What's going on, Brian Gibbs in the house? How you doing, bro? How you been? Where you at? What's new? So yeah, thank you for liking the video, my friend. I'm actually about to bounce. I'm just waiting on some questions. See if anybody has any questions about voice search. I've been here since 9 o'clock. It is 9:34 p.m. Central Time. Okay, there you go, folks. It is 9:35 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yo, just chilling in the SA. Oh, are you back? Yeah, she's a smart girl, especially security. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. That's very good. That's very, very good. Glad to hear that. Brian, are you back in town? Are you back in SA? Good night, Shannon. Thank you for tuning in. Just go home. All right, Brian, I'll go home. My home is everywhere. Everywhere is my home. Does that make sense? This is my home. The street is my home. Wherever I go, it's my home. All right, thank you so much. I'm back for Friday. Okay, cool. I'm back. I'm sorry, I'm back for today. So are you gonna leave again, or just for today? Let's see. Anyway, I live everywhere, man. You live on the street? Yeah, I live everywhere. Yeah, I'm like a nomad, man. I got my tent, I got my camel. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And don't forget to leave your comments and questions below on the comment section. If you're watching this as a replay, just type replay. And if you have any other subject you want me to cover, I'll get back with you guys tomorrow around the same time, 9 p.m. Central Time, right here from San Antonio, Texas. Fort Worth tomorrow, Columbus next week. Awesome, Brian. If you're back in town again, let's catch up. Let's meet up. Okay. All right, everybody. You all have an amazing night. Take care, and bye bye for now.